Hari Om. Welcome back to our continuing study of this great text, Vivekachudamani, authored by Sri Adi Shankaracharya and taught to us lovingly by our Acharya, by our Guru Swami Paramarthananda. Let us now enter Shloka 14 of this great text. I will recite the shloka. We will then look at the running meaning of the shloka and then go on to the commentary, Swami Paramarthananda's commentary on the shloka. अधिकारिणमाशास्ते फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः उपायादेशकालाद्याः सन्त्यस्मिन् सहकारिणः. Success in the spiritual pursuit depends entirely and essentially on a qualified aspirant. On a qualified aspirant. So we know what the next topic is going to be, isn't it? We can intuit very easily. Shankaracharya is going to talk about the qualifications required on the part of a student. Because success, spiritual success, depends essentially and wholly on a qualified aspirant. Time, place, and other such means are but auxiliaries in this regard. Success means spiritual success depends essentially on a qualified aspirant. Time, place, and other such means are but auxiliaries in this regard. Very significant section coming up, friends. Let us now move on to Swami Paramarthananda's commentary. Having completed the topic of self inquiry in Shloka 15, and having briefly talked about the two qualifications of a guru, namely being a Brahmavid Uttamam guru and being a Daya Sindhu. Brahmavid Uttamam means Shrotriya Brahmanishtha Acharya should he be. And a Daya Sindhu is a person who is an ocean of compassion, who is a very empathetic personality, is what we studied in Shloka 15. Now, for the sake of continuity, Swamiji moves back to Shloka 14 that I just recited, in which the topic of discussion changes. The topic of self inquiry, Vichara, ended with Shloka 15, as we saw. The next topic, beginning with this verse 14, focuses on Adhikaritvam. Adhikaritvam, The qualifications required on the part of a student to ensure spiritual success. Whether they ensure material success is anybody's guess, but to ensure spiritual success, one needs to be an adhikari, means a qualified personality. Shankaracharya emphasizes emphasizes that a student's qualifications are key. A student's qualifications are key to unlocking knowledge, responsible for the rise of knowledge. Qualification of a student plays a very, 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 I can go on until the end of this capsule, plays a very important role in the rise of knowledge. Let me repeat that sentence. Shankaracharya emphasizes that a student's qualifications are the key to unlocking knowledge, in the rise of knowledge. They play a very important role in the rise of knowledge, the qualifications. Swamiji illustrates this point with an example. He says, just as a prepared land is required for a plant to grow, so also must the antakaranam be prepared for the seed of knowledge to grow, isn't it? If a seed is put, is sown in a desert land, it will not sprout. It will not sprout. There is no mistake in the seed, only that the land is not prepared or is not the right place to plant that seed, to sow that seed. And preparing the land is not an easy job, as we all know. Preparing the land is not an easy joke or easy job. Tilling the land is important. The temperature must be optimal. Swamiji says, not definitely in Chennai. Here, Swamiji is talking about a camp that he conducted in a hill station called Yerkad, close to Salem. There is a city called Salem down south. He says, if the campers don't shop, then they won't get sleep. And all that is available for shopping in Aircard is plants and pots from a nursery. On the way back from the camp, The train compartment was full of potted plants, Swamiji says. And they brought it to Madras, erstwhile Madras, and in a few days, every single rose plant dried and died. Why? Because this place, Madras or Chennai, is anadhikari, anadhikari for that plant to grow. It is not the right place or environment for that plant to grow. A plant that grew healthily in Yerkad or in a hill station cannot grow well in a hot and humid place like Chennai. The right environment is crucial for growth, whether it is a plant or a student. Yerkad's plants could not thrive in Madras. Same plants, wrong soil, and wrong environment. Therefore, Shankaracharya says in this 14th shloka, important shloka, Phala Siddhir, Phala Siddhir, what does he say? Yeah, Phala Siddhir Ashaste, Phala Siddhir Ashaste. Phala Siddhir, the accomplishment of the result. And what result are we talking about? Achieving the discovery of our immaculate inner infinite self that we had hitherto ignored successfully. So, phala siddhir, the accomplishment of the result, that is moksha, accomplishment of the result, that is moksha, ashaste, ashaste, विशेषतः आशास्ते. Ashaste means depends. He qualifies it by saying Visheshataha Ashaste. Heavily depends upon, primarily depends upon what? Achieving moksha primarily depends upon adhikarinam, adhikarinam, the competent student or the competency of the student. Very important. Friends, if we answer the why every time, our spiritual study will become more and more deep rooted. We will also enjoy the journey. After all, the journey is towards Ananda, right? Discovering Ananda. The whole journey is one of Ananda. Phalasiddhir Visheshataha Ashaste heavily depends upon, primarily depends upon what? The what and the why. Adhikarinam, the competent student or the competency of the student. Swamiji says, This is why in yesteryears Vedanta was never taught publicly. Vedanta was always kept a secret. Only the most deserving candidate would be taught the subject matter. It would be interesting to note an anecdote in the life of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda over here. Swami Chinmayananda, his sannyasa Diksha Guru was Swami Shivananda, whereas his Jnana Guru was Swami Tapovan of Uttarkashi. Swami Shivananda was at Rishikesh. Swami Tapovan Maharaj was a resident at Uttarkashi, a clear distance of 200 kilometers between Rishikesh and Uttarkashi. Imagine in those days, no proper roads, no proper transportation, and Swami Shivananda guided Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda to go and meet Tapovan Maharaj Ji to learn the scriptures from him. Narratives go that Swami Chinmayananda walked all the way from Rishikesh to Uttarkashi, 200 kilometers, in search of Swami Tapovan Maharaj. Swami Tapovan Maharaj was such a strict guru that when Swami Chinmayananda reached his hermitage, and when Puja Gurudev told Swami Tapovan about the reason why he had gone there, Tapovan Maharaj simply said, I need a letter from Swami Shivananda. Without a proper introductory letter, I cannot take you as my student. Period. So if you are keen, go back to Swami Shivananda and bring me a signed letter from him. Wow. Imagine Puja Gurudev would have to walk back 200 kilometers. But he did. He approached Swami Shivananda, procured the letter from him, then walked back to Uttarkashi, 600 kilometers just to meet one's Jnana Guru and begin the educational program under him. All this went towards refining Swami Chinmayananda's antahkarana. Swami Chinmayananda never complained. He was more determined than ever and resolved that he would only study under Swami Tapovanji. even after his studies began, the tests didn't end here by merely walking 600 kilometers. Tapovan Maharaj Ji would tell Swami Chinmayananda that only on the condition that he summarizes, Puja Gurudev summarizes what was taught in class. To Tapovan Maharaj's satisfaction, would he even continue to teach him? We can well imagine the rigor that was involved. Such is the requirement on the part of the student, because the subject matter is so divine, so subtle. It requires total commitment to the exclusion of everything else. It requires viveka, it requires vairagyam, it requires shatka sampattihi, and it requires tivra mumukshutva. The reason why in yesteryears Vedanta was never taught publicly was teachers were very demanding. Without examining their students, they would never ever disseminate this divine knowledge. They were very particular about it. Clear case in point is Swami Tapovan Maharaj. So, Adi Shankaracharya, even Adi Shankaracharya, walked all the way from Kerala to the banks of the Narmada river to meet his divine Guru, Sri Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya. As an 8-year-old child, doesn't come easy. Didn't come easy in yesteryears. We are all lucky that we are able to access the Vedantic teaching from our dear Acharyas. We must count our blessings. Which is why Adi Shankaracharya says, Phala Siddhir Visheshataha Ashaste Adhikarinam. Success in the Vedantic pursuit, in the spiritual pursuit, depends solely, primarily, on the qualification, the competency of a student. We will continue our study of this beautiful portion in the upcoming capsules and take it forward. Until then, Hari Om. ॐ दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्धेभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ